When you're interviewing for commercial real estate jobs, most companies are going to want to know why you're there in the first place, especially if this is going to be your first role in the industry. The why commercial real estate question is one of the most common interview questions asked of analyst candidates at real estate firms. And believe it or not, the way you answer this question can actually have a pretty big impact on how you stack up against others in the running for the job. And while the textbook real estate is tangible answer is definitely the most common response here, at best, this answer will just make you blend in with the rest of the candidate pool. And at worst, this could even raise concerns that you might not be committed to the industry, which can be a major red flag for employers. So to help you answer this question in a way that does help you stand out, in this video, let's walk through 3 of the best answers that you can give to the why commercial real estate question and how you can tailor each of these answers to your own unique situation. So when most people are asked this question within an interview setting, the immediate reflex response usually ends up being something along the lines of because real estate is tangible. And even though this statement is true, this answer doesn't really do much to help you stand out because an answer like this does nothing to show how committed you are to the industry and also how much you'll enjoy and stick with the actual mundane day-to-day aspects of the job when you're not out touring fancy new buildings and exciting new cities, which really ends up being most of the time. So with that said, if you want to stand out when asked the why commercial real estate question in an interview, how should you answer to separate yourself from the rest of the candidates that are interviewing for that job? Well, as a first suggestion, my favorite answer to this type of question is one which talks through your interest in the day-to-day aspects of a commercial real estate role, specifically around the 2 biggest things you'll be doing in an analyst position, which are working with numbers and building relationships. People looking to break into the real estate industry usually say they chose the field because they like the fact that real estate is tangible, but touring cool buildings in desirable locations is actually usually a very small piece of the job, especially at the analyst level. Most of your days are going to be focused around running numbers in Excel or Argus and connecting with clients, brokers, and investors that will ultimately help the company that you're working for do more deals and generate more revenue. The most successful people I know in this industry tend to be the ones who have a unique ability to mix a really strong knowledge of real estate finance and analysis with the ability to genuinely connect with other people in the industry and build real relationships. And if you focus your answer to the why real estate question on your ability and excitement to focus on these things rather than just being excited about touring cool properties once in a while, this shows an employer that your interest in the job is really grounded and realistic, which makes it much more likely that you're going to stick around for the long term and be an asset to the company for many years to come. Now, if you aren't all that excited about either of these things, or you just want to shift the focus away from number crunching and relationship building, another solid answer to the why real estate question is an answer that describes a personal story of how real estate has impacted your life, ideally over a long period of time. And usually this is going to consist of talking through some sort of real estate related involvement in your past, either through personal work experience that you've had within an adjacent industry or through a close relationship with a family member or friend who is directly involved in the real estate business. A lot of people answer this question by talking through their experience in a field like architecture or construction and describe being drawn to the industry after working with developers and investors, and accountants and attorneys also usually have good material to work with here, being able to speak to their time seeing clients doing deals and their desire to get in on that action. If you don't have experience directly in an adjacent field, a good answer here could also involve a personal story of someone close to you, often a friend or family member who was a developer, investor, or broker, and how that person piqued your interest in the business and made you want to get involved. And if you don't have family ties or adjacent work experience, you could also share a personal story that says more about your mission and why you set out to build a commercial real estate career in the first place, whether that's talking through your goal to revitalize underserved communities, for example, or your commitment to rebuilding a certain city that your family has called home for multiple generations. The most impactful answers here are going to be the ones that show that you have plans to be in this industry for a very long time, either because you've known that this was what you were going to do from a very young age, you've already felt out the industry by getting involved with real estate through work in another field, or you have a very strong personal mission to make an impact through real estate that isn't going to be stopped when things inevitably get hard. Now, if you don't have adjacent real estate experience or a specific mission and vision for your career, fortunately, this last answer on this list is easy to put together regardless of your background, and this is an explanation around why you believe in the continued growth of the real estate asset class long term. It's no secret that just like other positions in high finance, a lot of people get into the commercial real estate industry because of the income and wealth building potential that comes with a career in this field. Employers know this, and this is actually usually seen as a good thing as long as it's clear that you're not going to be hopping from opportunity to opportunity and that you honestly feel that real estate is the best way to achieve those long-term financial goals. Now, obviously, you don't want to detail out your entire personal financial plan during the interview, but what you can do here is talk through why you believe in the real estate industry's growth prospects going forward, and even better, why you believe in the specific property type that you'd be working on if you ended up joining the team. And belief in the real estate asset class isn't just helpful in showing industry commitment, but this is also necessary to grow within the company long term, especially if you're moving into roles where you'll be responsible for things like raising equity from investors as a principal, pitching deals to potential buyers as a broker, or lending on commercial properties at a bank or insurance company. One of the best pieces of advice that I was given early on in my career was to think like an owner of the company that you're working for, and employers want their team members to be on board with their thesis. This means that if you're applying for a job at a multifamily development firm, for example, talking through how the undersupply of housing stock is going to lead to rent and value growth in the residential sector over the next few years is going to be music to the ears of someone looking to hire you, especially if you are going to be the one that's going to be putting together the investment memos that are going to be responsible for getting investors to buy in to the company's projects. Ultimately, if you're interviewing for a job that would be your first in the industry, the why real estate question is very likely going to be thrown your way at some point in the process. And while most people answer this question by saying that they like real estate because it's tangible, employers know that seeing cool buildings in exotic locations is a very, very small piece of the job. But if instead of talking about the tangibility of real estate, you focus on framing your answer to this question around your interest in real estate finance and business development, the experiences that led you to commit to this business for the long term, and why you believe the real estate asset class will continue to grow in the future, these are going to be the answers that are going to stand out most to an interviewer, and the answers that are ultimately going to help you land more offers. And if you're looking to prepare for interviews and trying to build up your technical skill sets, or you're in the process of tightening up your resume to land those interviews in the first place, make sure to check out our all-in-one membership training platform, Break Into CRE Academy. A membership to the Academy will give you instant access to over 120 hours of video training on real estate financial modeling and analysis. You'll get access to hundreds of practice Excel interview exam questions, sample acquisition case studies, and we also just launched our brand new Break Into CRE Analyst Certification exam within the platform, which covers topics like real estate pro forma and development modeling, commercial real estate lease modeling, equity waterfall modeling, and many other real estate financial analysis concepts that are going to help you prove to employers that you have what it takes to tackle the responsibilities of an analyst or associate at a top real estate firm. And if you like this video and want to see more content on this channel on commercial real estate interview advice, make sure to hit the like button and let me know. And if you've gotten this question before in a real estate interview, let me know your answer in the comments. As always, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more videos like this every single week, and I'll see you in the next video.